hey,
Hello, Shannon Grimm with Shannon Grimm and Partners at Howard Hanna Real Estate Services. Here with Mike Stanley. Just call him Stanley. It's easier. There's too many Mikes. And then we're also here with Tyler from Columbus Roofing. So his boss, Michael McGovern, was one of our favorites we've had on. So real neat guy. We like him a lot.
He's awesome.
So like
He's
him.
awesome.
Like hearing about his charity and stuff.
Shannon cried
I've never cried on a
through the podcast with him. So.
Tears were shed.
I was ready
tears
to like
tears
cut
were
it,
shed.
but-
I believe it. He's an emotional man.
Yeah.
He is, which is good. He's vulnerable. He'll share his thoughts.
But we really didn't get into like his story, but he kind of touched on it.
We did a bit.
Touched on it. But what really got to me was his charity. So
Foster the Future.
yeah. So really cool.
He's a visionary. He likes to help, and he's a great leader, and he's done a lot of development on himself, which has been the reason why we've had so much success, and he's made a big impact on my life too. So
Okay, good. Yeah. No, it just seemed like a great guy. So, and you said you've known him for quite a while?
yeah, so he used to do real estate, do a little bit of real estate myself, more investment style, and we did a couple deals when he worked with a guy named Terry Summers. And so that was probably 5 or 6 years ago.
Okay.
And then we were in the fitness industry together too, so I've known him for a long time through a lot of mutual friends. And basically I saw his whole journey start from the beginning of this when he started this back in December. It's right around this time, actually, about 4 years ago.
Wow, okay.
So I saw the whole journey, and it's funny because I have several buddies that own roofing companies that have tried to get me to work for them.
Yeah.
And I just never jumped at it for whatever reason. I just didn't have a good feeling. I was like, who wants to get up on a roof for a living?
Right.
That does not sound fun.
Especially not all year round, just about. So.
Right. Yeah. Especially now when it's cold.
Right.
So,
I was gonna say there's like 2 to 3 months out of the year where it sounds okay, where it's not too hot or
Right.
too cold
Not
to
too
be
hot.
doing.
that's about it. Other than that, you're sweating, dripping all over the place, or you're freezing. So,
Right.
But anyways, yeah, I've known him for a while, and then he just approached me. What was it? June? I think it was June or May of last year. So that's when he approached me and said, "Hey man, come sell for me." So we got lunch, and he just told me about everything, his vision. And there was just something different about it, as you guys know from me, from talking with him. He's just got that impact on you, that emotion to you. So because I knew him a little bit longer than some of the other people that own the other companies, and I saw his growth in the journey and just his leadership capabilities, I was just like, something's different about this. So I'm a person that I like to go with my gut, my intuition, and something just told me to jump in it. So like I said, I've been doing the real estate for like 7 years now with my other partners, but I didn't need to do this. But he was like, I just want you, and the reality is the two industries coincide really well.
They do.
I've been able to help out a lot of investors with their rentals, whether it's through insurance or retail, and then a lot of realtors as well with some financing options for their sellers. Those last minute where the seller, they got mold or they've got those leaks, can't sell the house, a lot of, stuff like that. We've got solutions for them. So I've been able to help out a lot of the connects that I've had through the real estate industry.
Well, and it's really hard to stand out in the roofing industry.
It is.
There are
competitive.
so many roofers. Like you said, you had several friends who did it, and like I've got one friend who we know four mutual people that all started roofing companies and stuff. So it's just really hard to stand out.
It's like real estate agents. Everybody knows a real estate agent.
Everybody knows. Everybody
so
knows
true.
two, is what I say.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
They might not like to, but they might still know them.
You got to be the one they like.
Yes.
Yep.
So, well, actually, they might know two that they don't like, and then they find us.
That's happened as well, actually.
Yes, it has actually. But yeah, it's kind of funny. But so, what are some of the things that you guys pride yourselves on at Columbus Roofing? Customer service is huge.
Yeah, the customer service, just our culture, and we just, it's all about being excellent. You know what I mean? Integrity, service before self, just things like that. Just having ultimate care for the community and families, and then treating everybody like they're our family. So, I take pride, me personally, and then everybody else, all the other guys, we take pride in our communication. And that's the biggest thing is, experience class built to last. That's the motto, right? So from start to finish, when I'm first interacting with a homeowner, just describing how we can help, breaking down the process, not lying to them about the condition of the roof. There's a lot of that in our industry, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So have you
Same with
experienced that?
HVACs and everything too. Yeah.
You've got people that are going to bid way too much, or they're going to lie about the condition, the life left, and it's just it's unfortunate because it gives a company that's trying to do it the right way a bad look from the start, and you have to just earn that trust and respect by showing them who your true colors and that you really care. So that's really it, is just treating everybody like family, showing them that there are good guys in the industry, that we're here to do it right. We're experts. We're professionals. We're going to show up that way physically, like our appearance. We're going to treat you that way and get everything done in a classy manner. Our reputation's more important to us than lying to somebody and just trying to get rich quick. You know what I mean?
I always say I like to sleep well at night.
I do too.
And real estate isn't really a get rich quick. A lot of people think it is, but. And when I got into it, I thought, I'm just going to show houses and make lots of money. But I was 21 or 22 at the time, and I'm not that anymore. So I've learned.
You've been in it long enough. You got some wisdom.
Yeah. So you learn it's not a get rich anything.
It's not. It's doing right. It's doing
spend
right.
a whole lot of money things.
But it's doing right by the clients you have.
And and our thing too is like when we recommend people to do services for someone's property, like our thing, and like we've had people that we don't know who have different businesses. They'll be like, oh well, we'll give you this or we'll give you that if you refer people to us. I'm not going to refer people to someone that I don't know and trust and have had a past experience with. What I tell people is I'm not going to guinea pig someone on your services, because I did that once with a loan officer, and that was like the worst experience, and they overcharged for their origination fees and stuff just to give that person a shot. And I'm like, you're just gonna have to try to find someone who's got a buyer who's buying one of my listings, and that's about all I got for you. Even our in-house lender, it took me 2 years before I used him, because I wanted to see how he worked in action and what's he going to do for our clients. So it's not about what can you do for me, it's how you're going to treat my clients and how are you going to communicate with me. And just been really impressed with Columbus Roofing.
Well, thank you.
So
appreciate
you guys all just seem like a class act. So
thank you very much. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. It's because I try to do the same thing, me personally, is I try to build out a list of resources, right? Because as you guys know, especially you guys have been doing it for a while, if you have resources outside of your own expertise, your value of what you do is way more valuable.
You've probably met
you get a
most
lot
of
more
my
referrals
resources
that way. Yeah, 100%. We probably know a lot of the same people, actually. Yeah, well, I'm about to say, because just being in the industry as well, we probably know a lot of the same people that we just don't know yet.
Yeah.
But no, I agree with everything you were saying there, but I appreciate those words.
But and that's why, too, I try to keep, like, for the most part, the people that we did have at the Builder Expo are people that we've had experiences with.
Gotcha.
So, and that's kind of like our resource pool for people is we've got all those contacts. So we like to keep those people close, whether they like it or not. We're pretty loyal.
You're stuck.
Whether you like it or not, right?
That was a great event, though. We made a lot of good connections, so appreciate you guys holding that.
Of course.
And we look forward to doing another one, and we tweak it every year, so that was our 9th year doing that.
Okay.
And we switched spaces so that we had a lot more room, better parking.
As I said, that was the first time there and first time with that exact format. So
where was it before?
So we did it at the Embassy Suites in Dublin, which it's horrible to find parking there.
It is.
And
we also did it in the spring. And one of the times was on the day of the St. Patrick's Day parade.
Oh, yeah, that was horrible.
And they had shut down roads leading there, and I was like,
who planned that? Was that you?
I think we found out day of.
Take accountability.
Well, and then the following year, we were just in the parade.
I got you.
We're like,
you knew what you were getting
we'll be
into.
in the parade, yeah. And then we started out, though, ironically, we did it at Dave & Buster's.
Really?
So started out with 17 vendors, and they were pretty much all builders. And then we had like a buffet there and stuff, and it was open to the public. So now we've switched where we're not open to the public. We're just open to agents. And then we switched from doing it on a weekend to the weekday. Because I don't know if you do many more events, but we do, and we just noticed that the general consumer doesn't really go out as much to the same kind of events that they used to.
Like on the weekends?
Yeah, they don't really go out to like the wedding shows and stuff as much as they did. Like a lot of those just don't get the same activity. So we thought just making it into a realtor event, doing it during the week, it's just been, we think that's going to be more beneficial.
Yeah, I feel like there was a great show. I mean, there was a lot of people. There was a constant flow for the several hours I was there, so.
Yeah, and we'll make it so that the CE is first, and then that way they all come out. So
Gotcha.
you get swarmed.
Yeah, I love it.
But anyhow, yeah, we're thrilled to have you guys as one of our resources.
Appreciate you. Yeah, we're looking forward to helping any way we can.
So
now, have you been with Columbus Roofing since its inception, or how long have you been
June?
there?
Oh no, it was what was it? It was June of last year. Yeah. So what is that? What's the time on that? Just like a year and a half.
About a year and a half. Okay.
So naturally, I was in the military for 13 years, and when I got out, I've been in sales like ever since.
Okay.
I wanted to be a cop, because I was a cop in the Air Force. So I wanted to get out and pursue that.
So these things aren't anything new to you?
No. I've been on tons of planes, and sometimes we don't wear the protection like we should. That's why I have tinnitus now. You know, that little ringing you get every once in a while. Yeah.
Nice.
Anyways, so yeah, I was, sales for me has just like come natural, and I'm honestly thankful that the police route didn't happen. I respect all the cops, but
things happen for a reason.
Yeah, they really do,
and people come into your life for a reason.
Oh, absolutely, amen to that.
I went that route too, and went through all the testing, and my wife is thankful that I did not go that way.
You want to do that too?
Yeah, I went through all the
thankful.
Testing with Columbus, and was getting ready to be selected for academy, and it just did not work out, and my wife was like, thank God.
Yeah, it's like in the moment too, like I was super frustrated because ever since I was young watching Cops, and it sounds like Step Brothers, you know what I mean? But I was like 5, 6 growing up, just always watching Cops. I wanted to do that, and then I did that in the military because you got to be 21 to be a cop. So I was like right out of high school, went in, and then when I got out,
good training for being a police officer.
100%, and I was like, this is a no-brainer. Like I've got all this experience, like on the job, in school, military. You're like, this is a no-brainer, and I scored really well in the process. But it was a political reason I didn't get it. There was not enough diversity. I'll just leave it there. So it wasn't really the best candidates. They were looking for 3. I scored number 2. So you'd think, okay, I got it, and then. I had done an internship with this department through high school too, because I went to the Delaware Career Center for law enforcement, for a year I did an internship. So I knew the chief of police, I knew HR, like I knew all the street officers, and there was a reason. We'll just say there was a reason it didn't happen, because
it's frustrating.
I'm super grateful, and I just love where I'm at, And like you said,
it all puts you on your path.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, every step for me career wise has been, because I was in title for a little bit, title sales. I was in gym sales. I had a fitness business for a little bit.
That's where you met Mike?
Yeah, yep. So it's just everything has been it's been progressive, and it's been who you know. It's been the connections I've made, and just being open to having conversations too. That's huge. I feel like a lot of people aren't open for that.
I feel like, unfortunately, for like the younger generations, they don't really have that as much. For one, they don't know how to talk to people.
That's a fact.
But like I started out managing people when I was 18 years old. And you don't usually get to do that at 18, And then they created positions for me along the way. I became a marketing director and stuff pretty quickly at a young age, and without a college degree doing that stuff.
Right.
So it's just, I feel like you don't really get that as much anymore. So
communication's huge.
It's even like dating, right? You don't meet people dating through people that it's like online dating, or kind of it, right? Unless you go to church or whatever. So it just, things have changed so much. So it's good when people come together because they have that relationship and they can work together. And like I knew him before he got his license.
Sadly.
Okay.
Sadly.
How long have you been an agent?
Gosh, this will be my This will be my 7th year with the team. Sorry, I had to count on my hand. Look like a kindergartner over here. This will be my 7th year with the team.
7th year, okay. Yep. Were you with HER before?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I literally just found out that HER, you guys buy HER. Like, I did not know that.
So we guys did not. We guys got bought.
Yeah, we were HER.
You guys were HER.
Yes,
okay, that makes sense, because you've been in there. What was it, 2 years ago?
Yes, it was in April.
Okay.
It was.
I feel like that was an under the radar type.
Very sad day
move.
in April. It really was. Yes, and I was pretty stunned.
What have been
kind
some
of lost
of the
my crap over it.
For real?
Things actually worked. Things worked out well though.
Because my favorite color is red.
That was honestly the number one thing was. Her
favorite
color was red, and she had a million pieces of marketing material and little tchotchkes that were red and said HER. That was
a lot of money just out down the drain.
Shoot me now, right?
Not to remind you.
I'm like, I just bought Cutco knives.
The HER Cutco knives?
Yes.
Branded knives?
Yes.
Okay.
I had just
Were you slinging
bought
them things?
I'm sorry?
You were slinging them?
They were closing gifts for some people.
Yeah, we were slinging.
Okay, now you got Green Bay Packer colored ones. You got
like
green and yellow.
They don't make them in green, so we just did black. So and when I lost my crap at the meeting where they announced that we were sold, Hobie. They're all like an H.
Hobie and Hottie. Yeah.
Hobie, Hottie, Hootie, and the Blowfish is what I say. But,
wait, where did they come from?
That's the names of the
I don't even think there is
That's
a Howard.
Like a radio show. Isn't there a Hootie and the Blowfish?
Yeah, I know. That's what I
say. Is that what you're talking about? Okay.
Well, because one is like Hobie and then Hottie, and then I just go into the Hootie and the Blowfish because that's where I feel like it's going from there.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay.
But I forget what I was saying now because that's how I roll.
Well, yeah, we just derailed the whole thing.
Yeah.
With that.
But it happens. But yeah, I wasn't real happy about it. And because those Cutco knives, that's where I was going, were super expensive. But I was told, and this is what I was going to say, I remember it's the first time for everything. They told me that I could put their logo on anything, whatever color it was.
This one?
Yes, Howard Hanna.
Well,
so
that's good.
I can put it on red clothes and have the white logo on it, and everything's all good.
Is that what you did?
That's what I do.
That's what you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
They've been good, though. They've been great.
They've been good. So I poke fun, but they've been good. It took
closing gifts?
some getting used
Is that what you said?
Well, for the Cutco, yeah. Because those things are a couple $100 a piece.
Yeah, that's a serious knife set.
So, yes. But anyhow.
Love it.
And we like them. And one of the agents almost cut her thumb off with one.
She did.
How did this happen?
I don't know. And she's like, I saw it happening.
Just playing with it or in the kitchen or what?
She was in the kitchen. She's like, I saw it happening. I'm like, then you could have prevented it.
Because she almost cut her thumb off. Of course you saw it.
Then I bought her the metal mesh gloves.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Like they wear like Chipotle. I see them in Chipotle wearing them.
Yep.
Like, here, wear these.
Looks like she's going shark diving.
That's crazy.
So you said you went to the Delaware Career Center? Did you grow up in Delaware?
No, I grew up in Dublin for half my life and then Powell. So I went, which that was rough because high school for me I was K through 8 in Dublin schools and then started a whole new district in high school.
That sucks.
So I made friends. I wasn't like a loser. I had like it was hard because you're the brand new kid where everybody else has had to click their whole life. You know what I mean?
It's tough.
So I made a good group of friends, but after when I left there, I'm like I lost. Social media is great, but I don't really talk to a whole lot of people from high school anymore. But
in
my
my day we
Powell.
didn't have social media. I'm still friends with a friend from kindergarten.
Do you still know her phone number?
So I can still recite all of their phone numbers. I can't tell you my husband's phone number, but I can tell you everyone's parents' phone number from when we were kids.
Oh, yeah.
Used to dial
those are the important ones, the house lines.
Okay.
But I mean, literally, I grew up with the same set of kids from kindergarten to 5th grade. And then in 5th grade, all the elementary schools came together. Mm-hmm. So then from 5th grade through 10th grade, we were all the same.
Okay.
And then in 10th grade, we merged with another school. So I actually graduated with 140. Dang. After we merged with another school.
And you're still pretty close with them?
Still pretty close with a bunch of them.
That's awesome.
So my husband's like, that is so weird.
Do they live around here?
No. But my one friend, he's been coming once a year to see me from Arizona. So hopefully I'll go out there and see him. He actually, his girlfriend is from the Navajo reservation out there. He's half Pueblo. Okay. So kind of cool. So
that's cool.
We were the 2 darkest people in our school for a very,
really?
very, very long time.
Did not see the podcast going this way.
Yeah. But it was weird because there was just no racial diversity whatsoever where I grew up. I grew up surrounded by cornfields. So
honestly, at Liberty, because I was the first graduating class out of Liberty, off a home road, Olentangy Liberty. Mm-hmm. The same way, there's a lot of white people.
Well, because there was a lot of cornfields out that way, right? Yeah. But now it's all houses, so it's just it's interesting how things have changed and stuff. So, but
where'd you guys grow up at then?
Lake Erie.
Lake Erie, and then what about
I grew up here in Columbus and Westerville.
Okay, got you.
Yes, he still had a lot of people in his school.
I did, but nothing was there when I was growing up. Like Polaris wasn't there; that was all cornfields. I had
the Polaris amphitheater. That was my favorite.
560 people in my graduating class or something like that.
I have 400, so I feel you on that.
See, that's insane to me. And then my husband, he went to little schools like Woodsfield, and still isn't friends with people. He's a big Pittsburgh fan. He grew up closer to Pittsburgh than in Ohio, though, and he's not friends with the people that he grew up with.
And it was a smaller one?
Yeah.
A smaller school?
Yeah, smaller than ours, but definitely more country.
No one's friends with him because he's a Pittsburgh fan, that's why.
That could be it.
It's probably because he didn't talk to anyone ever. He is.
He just shy or he didn't like people?
Well,
Both?
So
It's a good combo.
He and I think he might be a little bit Asperger's.
Okay.
So, because he really his
love
routine
you,
is
Steve.
we do. He's very regimented, but and he's made me more of an introvert. So good times. But I told him life would have been so much easier if you would have just turned out a little bit more like me. Just a little.
Sometimes they say it's better if there's a little bit of opposite, and
That's right.
But I've turned more into him.
Okay.
And I said, just imagine how much easier if you would have turned more like me than me turning more like you. But it works, So again, different people. So we've been together now for 17 years.
Congrats.
So yeah,
That's
and
huge.
I didn't get married till I was almost 40.
Dang,
So things happen for a reason, and you get the right people where you need them. So
absolutely.
But yeah, wouldn't trade him for anything in the world. He's like basically Sheldon, Raj when Raj couldn't talk to girls, and Leonard all combined into one from Big Bang Theory.
That's a good combo.
Yeah.
That's how he got you. Just all that.
Kind of like all three.
All that wrapped up into one.
And he just so happened to find a nerdy girl too. So
there you go.
But I'm not Star Wars. I'm Star Trek. But it is
My
what it is.
dad likes Star Trek.
Love Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
My father-in-law likes Star Trek, so.
Yeah, I just could never get into Star Wars. I've managed to sleep through all of them. Like when they came out in the theater, I slept through every one.
I'm getting old, so I just sleep through everything now, so it's a problem.
I do now, too.
Yeah, I was reading emails yesterday morning. It was like 7 a.m., and all of a sudden, 20 minutes later, I snap up, and I'm like, oh, my God, I was sitting up, staring at my computer asleep. That was impressive. So
I am in the office by 6 a.m. So,
you're an early bird.
She is an early bird.
Yes, it's because
I got
there
an email
aren't
at
people on the
4:40
street.
today.
4:40, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Huh, didn't even know what time I sent that. Don't remember sending you an email, to be honest.
It was when you canceled.
She was sleepwalking.
One event.
Sleep emailing.
I just like it because my mile commute, I don't see my life flash before my eyes on the way here. Like
because there's nobody else out on the road.
Because there's no one else
Just
out.
deer.
What time do you go to sleep? I hope you go to sleep kind of early. That's crazy.
Yeah, like, well, last night I had to take someone on a final walkthrough at 8 p.m. And then they were like, oh, we have friends of my friend want to come. And I'm like, no. Because they're like, just another 30 minutes. No. Gotta go.
Bedtime.
I was up at 4.
Well, that's good.
You're good.
You've seen the house. There's no leaks. We're good. So you'll get the keys on Thursday. Come back and stay all as much as you want. But anyhow. So, what other fun facts do you have either about yourself? And I love the fact you're military. We're huge military supporters. And actually, one of our team members is a full-time homicide detective.
Oh, really?
For Columbus City.
For Columbus? Mm-hmm. Okay. How long has he been doing that?
19, 20 years. Maybe, actually more than that, probably now.
That man's seen some things.
Oh, yeah.
Was he a detective the whole time, or was he sort of patrol, or what?
He's been a detective now probably 6 years.
I thought it was a little longer than that, yeah. But yeah,
time flies.
We hear stories.
Yeah, you would talk about something new every day. That'd be
it's crazy.
But it's kind of cool how they do it now. So like the shifts they do now instead of
what are they?
They actually work during the day now, and then they rotate who's on call on the weekends, which is kind of cool. But they work during the day because that's when they're going to be able to follow up the most on their leads to see.
I was about to say, because at night most people are sleeping.
Right. So it didn't make any sense to have detectives on at night, have them on shift at night, but then they're on call or whatever. So.
And you said he does this too? He's an agent too?
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Double dipping.
Yeah, he's had like 3 listings in the last 2 months.
See, that'd be kind of nice because then it's like there's not a whole lot of pressure. You know what I mean? You can kind of sell. Without, when you're a new agent, right? There's probably a lot of pressure.
Team, you get a lot of help too. So,
there you go.
Like
so he's getting fed some leads and stuff like that.
No. So it's people that he works with on the job and stuff. But what happens is I also make sure everything goes smoothly.
I got you.
So make sure the back end's looking good and all that stuff. The marketing stuff is good, and Abby helps with that stuff too. The marketing of the listings and stuff. So. It's beneficial for him, and we love having him because we like the stories. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I love it.
But
so fun facts.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I have a 6-year-old. It's not really a fun fact, but it's a little fact.
Boy or girl?
He is a boy. His name is Bentley. He goes to a Tree of Life on Sawmill.
Oh, nice.
So he's in kindergarten.
Oh.
And he is obsessed with the Elf on the Shelf right now. It's killing me.
Oh, that's funny.
Killing me.
You need to give.
There's only so many things that thing can do.
But you need to give him Snoop on a stoop because Snoop can do a lot more. Yeah.
I just need to get on like Pinterest and stuff. I don't even get on Pinterest, but I need to get Pinterest specifically for that, for ideas on just like what people are doing with these things. The creativity is crazy.
What do you mean what people are doing with
the elves? Like the different things
the elves do it on their own. They're real. They're alive.
Yeah.
They come to life. They come to life at night.
Yeah, that's right.
All the kids watching this real estate podcast.
No.
There used to be this group that I followed, and it was a husband and wife duo, and they had dinosaurs. And it was kind of like Elf on a Shelf, but it was a dinosaur version. So they would have these dinosaurs like create all this mischief and stuff, and they would like take photos of it and post it online and stuff.
With the elf too?
No elf, but it was totally different. Right. They would do it all year round.
I know. Can you imagine doing the Elf on the Shelf that you do
all year
for 25 days, but instead you do it 365 days?
So they haven't done it in a while, and I miss them.
I gotta meet these people.
I miss
some
them.
Heavy medication to do that.
And I just thought it was so cute, and I don't even have kids. I just thought it was so cute, and I like followed it all the time. Yeah, because again, the creativity. Mm-hmm. So I'm just like,
those are some creative people right there.
Yeah. But I see some fun stuff.
6-year-old in kindergarten.
Yep,
that's a good age though.
It is a good age. I mean, his personality is showcasing. I mean, he's a great kid though. He's a great kid. I love him. Other than that, though, fun fact, man, what else?
What do you like to do for fun?
I like to work out. I like to
obviously
hang out.
You were in the fitness industry for a while.
That's been a part of my life since I played sports like growing up, but then the military is when I got kind of low key obsessed with it, just because you had to be in shape, you know. Mm-hmm. And as a leader too, you know, running PT like physical training courses and stuff for your team and stuff, you just had to be. As a good leader, you just had to be in like top tier shape. Otherwise, people didn't really respect your role as much.
They would shit on you, basically.
Yeah. So,
are you one of those crazy CrossFit people?
Like, I didn't mean to look at that. No. I so we did a little bit of CrossFit.
It's like an obsession for her.
It goes the same way. I know CrossFit's like a cult. It goes the same way, though. I mean, fitness addiction is a fitness addiction, but it's probably the best addiction you can have. But
I mean, it's better than drugs or alcohol.
That's
or
a
whatever,
fact.
so.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Good for your mental health too. So there's a lot of reasons to it. But yeah, I think we did some CrossFit style stuff when I was in the military as groups, like calisthenics and then different style stuff. But no, I do more like the bodybuilding style. Like isolation type workouts and stuff like that. That's just what I've been.
Me too.
Bro, hey, he's got that frame to him.
That's all. That's the Cheetos frame.
Put them things to work,
man. He was a lacrosse player.
Yeah, where'd you play at? You played in college?
She's wrong. I was rugby.
Whatever.
Rugby.
Same thing.
Okay.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Hey, rugby's brutal, man.
How
long did you play?
If it's not football, basketball, I don't know.
5 years.
5 years?
Separated both my shoulders.
I was about to say.
Messed my lower back up.
That was my next question. What injuries did you get?
Yeah.
Because I feel like...
the separated shoulder and the knee were the only ones I had while playing, and then the rest of it started to rear its ugly head later on. So the lower back compression... Killer.
Do you see a chiropractor?
Yeah. Oh, heck yes.
I go for maintenance now, man. 614, a little plug. 614 chiropractic. They're sweet. If over on Cemetery, they're great. But yeah, that decompression. Do you do decompression table?
Oh yeah,
that thing's been game changer.
Love it.
Like resets your discs and your spinal length and just how they sit in there.
2 of mine are fused together.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Born that way. I know, right?
Born that way?
Born that way. Yeah, it's a birth defect.
Was it called something?
They just said it was a birth defect that I had to have been born that way.
Fusius discus.
Hey, I would believe it.
Well, and they said I'm missing half the cartilage that I should have in my knees, and I said, in all fairness, I could have been born that way. And 10 extra bones per foot. Fun fact. So.
See, that's a fun fact. I don't really have.
Not really. Fun.
Actually, I do.
More
now
things
that you
to creak
say
and
that,
crack. See.
I had a 5th wisdom tooth.
Oh, very cool.
Oh,
it's insane.
That is insane, but very cool.
Because it sucked, and I'll tell you, as you get older, your recovery is not the same with pain and stuff.
On anything.
I got all 4 out at 18, like most people do, right? When you're young, get them out. I don't remember it being that horrible. I got 1 out, and for weeks I felt like a baby. I mean, it was bad. I don't know if it didn't really get infected in my knowledge, but Yeah.
It just hurts.
Injuries
It just takes
nowadays,
forever to
it's
heal.
not the same.
pain's
Yeah.
more.
I have a torn meniscus, and then
Oh,
Abby.
here I am complaining about a tooth. And you got a torn. Are you operating on a torn meniscus?
But Abby has a torn meniscus and a torn ACL. So that is the advantage of youth.
Yeah,
And
she's
I
just
see it on
bounding
Instagram,
around.
just
Yeah,
throwing
snapping,
stuff, you know
snapping
what I'm
weight
saying?
up.
Yeah.
Snatching.
All
and pulling.
crazy.
Ain't
Yeah.
no thing but a chicken wing.
All right. I'm done
Shan-
talking.
Shannon standing up out of the chair.
Yeah, I'm done talking about my wisdom tooth.
But no, that is actually
crazy.
pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of the dentist says something like that's extremely rare. Like I
Yeah.
forget, he said he even
Fifth
gave me like a point something
Maybe it
percentage.
was a
I'm
lucky
like,
tooth. I don't know.
I've never
I
even
don't
heard of
know.
it.
How much did the tooth fairy give you?
Yeah,
Nothing.
that should be a big bar of gold
nothing.
for that.
That shouldn't give me a dang thing.
The dentist should have been like, "This is so like rare. I'm
gonna-
going to give you $100."
Yeah,
for
we're
it."
gonna keep this and sell
Yeah.
it or something. I don't know. I wish.
Here's a
but-
Bitcoin.
We just
I'll
had
take that. I'll take
we
that.
just had a poor client who had an underbite, which I never noticed, and I wouldn't have known exactly even what it was, except she told me it had to have her jaw like broke and reset and everything.
That's
And-
insane.
This
Yeah.
is the most random podcast I
Sorry.
think we've done yet. No, it's great.
I'm glad I can be a part of it.
It's probably not, but
I'm glad.
It's close.
I don't know.
The one where you were dancing to what?
Oh, that was
The-
just an in
Was it
between
the
podcast
milkshake
that
brings all the boys?
we
Is
that
were
the
dancing
one?
The milkshake.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I wish I would have been on that one.
Well, so I had to do I was doing a meeting with the clients that are building and the designer, and then so that they were down at one table and the designer was in front of them and they were watching what was up on the screen and up on the wall, and then I was sitting next to the designer's assistant. And I'm like, man, I can't get this song out of my head, and I'm like sitting there and I didn't think anyone
During
was
the
paying.
podcast.
No, this is
Oh.
a design meeting with clients.
Design meeting with clients.
Okay.
And the designers and
That
stuff.
look.
And I'm sitting there like trying to like dance in my chair because I'm like, I gotta get this song out of my head. Like I got out of the car and it hadn't finished, and
Couldn't
I'm
do it.
dying. I can't get it out. And then the designer assistant, she was like, "Really, the milkshake song?" I'm like, "Yes." And then as soon as they left, the designer was like, "What were you doing?" And I'm like, "What? Me?"
So you're like, you just had to put it on.
And I'm like, and I started it, and then
Mm-hmm.
her assistant was just like dancing away to it and singing it, and they were like cracking up at us.
Okay, just making a music video in here.
Yeah. And then I'm like,
Love
well,
it.
you want to see something even funnier? I showed him the song that was on before, which was like a Hank Williams Jr. song. And they're like, how are these on the same phone? I'm like,
No.
because they're awesome.
It's just how it is. Got multiple personalities with music.
Yes. I'm like,
So-
but I had to get the milkshake out.
You were into sports when you were younger. You're into fitness still.
Military.
Well, I know military. Yeah.
I
That's
like
not-
the military thing. Very proud of that.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I am too, but I was going with so your son Bentley. Has he
Yeah.
started to play any sports yet?
So he he's been in t-ball, and then he did like some little running club thing.
Okay,
he
very
wants
cool.
to do football now.
Okay.
So I'm like, let's go. Let's get in there. So we're gonna get him into flag football.
Flag football's legit.
Little I-9 sports. I feel like you see those
That's
signs all over the
crazy.
side of the highways.
We
Yeah.
did I-9
But-
soccer. It was
Was it good?
disaster. But
Was
great.
it?
It was great.
Well, the
though.
t-ball was a disaster because the kid hits the ball and the whole team leaves their spot
Oh,
to
yeah.
go chase the
That's
ball.
That's how it is.
They asked if I
nowadays.
wanted to coach. I said I have patience, but not that much patience.
no,
So
no.
they don't even understand what's going
They're
on.
like a dog. They're just like, ball.
Yeah, like I like teaching, I like helping, but I feel like that age, and then it made me frustrated too because the coach, kids just make a mistake, the coach just laugh at them.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are we doing? I'm the parent on the sideline, just oh my.
You're
Lord.
used to that certain level, and you
Yeah.
want to see them get to that level. So you want to see that focus,
Yeah.
and that work on those fundamentals, and
So
it's just
you
not
don't
there
believe
yet.
in participation trophies either, I take it.
I don't like that.
No, it's
I don't
horrible.
like
It's
that.
terrible.
It's horrible. It's
You-
just sending the
They
wrong
need to
message.
feel. They need to feel what it feels like to lose. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yeah.
And then understand
Before
that
they
winning
become a
feels
Buckeye
great.
and they're playing in the big game against Michigan, they need to feel that as
Oh
a child.
no! I was there, by the way.
Yeah,
Listen,
I
we don't need
didn't
to
go.
talk
I
about
sent
that.
my husband and a teenager that we borrow. I sent them there.
We don't need to talk about that game.
It's horrible.
Painful.
Horrible.
There's some theories that the thing though is rigged.
There are theories
Ryan
that it
Day was
rigged.
calling the plays. Apparently,
That's what I said. Is
that
these
never
are plays
happens.
that Ryan Day's calling because they suck, and this is just like what he would have called. And I'm like, they didn't go up to Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly. They didn't go
What a
up to
name.
Chip Kelly once in the booth. They didn't. You
Yeah.
didn't see him at all. And every other game, they would be like, "Oh, Chip Kelly calling plays and blah blah blah." And Ryan Day was his mentor and da da da. But you didn't see him once. And it's like, really? So where is he today? Do we got Ryan Day
it was
calling these
suspect.
shitty ass
It
plays
was
or
suspect.
what?
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
pain.
It was. But I was thrilled that I wasn't sitting there because, yes, I've been to at least 7 games, and I bought a parka just for the Michigan games.
It was cold.
Yes.
It was cold.
And not fun because there was no amount of heat things that can go on my feet or hands sitting in the stadium. And that's the only time when you're glad that people are, like, in your 18 inches.
You didn't make your son suffer through that game.
No.
Did you? Good.
No. Nope.
Kids need to learn that feeling sucks.
They got to learn how to lose, feel it, but also learn how to lose and have good sportsmanship.
How to feel with dignity.
Yeah, and then just learn that it's a lesson how to get better.
How to get better.
How to win and not be a jackass.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
not be a jackass. I love it.
Like you gotta try to plant the flag twice. Come on, but once okay, twice you're just cruising.
You're still hung up on this game.
I'm still salty.
Just pretend it didn't happen.
Still salty.
Still going to the playoffs. Let's win the national championship.
That's a fact. We still have time to redeem ourselves. So
still salty over it.
So Columbus Roofing, 4 years now, has been around. So you guys started during COVID.
Yeah.
And that's
rough.
It's a rough time to start and to still be around for. I know that sounds crazy. 4 years isn't that long, but to start something during COVID and to still be around is it's huge.
Well, and with the amount of competition they have, it's huge that they're at 4 years.
100%. Yeah, I told Mike when I started, because when he told me when he started it, I was like, bro, not only did you start this company with that going on, but you also started it in going into the off season.
Right.
So he was saying he was up on roofs, it was snowing and stuff. He was shoveling snow off the roof to try to get claims filed and stuff. And it's just like the heart that takes. But he was hungry. I mean, you guys heard his story. I mean, he came out of, just trying to figure out what he was going to do. And he had he knows all the same people I know. So a lot of the same people I know that have other roofing companies, he knew them as well. Mm-hmm. And like he picked brains from them because they were cool together. And then, other people in the fitness space. And then he has got a Ryan Nidell. I'm sure he might have, maybe he mentioned that name or not. That's one of his, that is his main mentor. Like the one that's helped him significantly in a lot of areas in his life. And, he just had something in him. He had that fire burning in him. He's like, this is what I want to do. And Ryan had consulted with, I guess, a number of roofing companies that, he had a lot of knowledge to help Mike get it off the ground. So, I wasn't there for that. But what I do know is that besides Mike being a good friend, just like the leadership, the amount of time that he's poured into himself on courses and books and stuff like that, I respected that because I've done a lot of that myself, like when I started my fitness business and then just through the military and just various stages of my life being into personal development and law of attraction, all those self-help books that get some shade thrown at them. But it's really important to do that stuff, that personal development and get your mind right, build that fortitude. And Mike, he started in the worst season possible for a roofing company on top of all the competition, on top of COVID. And then now we're flowing. We're doing great things and build a great team, a great culture.
So
it's leadership, communication, and setting it up for success from the beginning. It's huge.
Yep.
I know you guys integrate a lot of technology into what you do as well, which I know is
absolutely.
A lot of roofing companies are antiquated. They don't have that. So it's huge to have that background in there.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us, because you've mentioned competition a couple of times, and obviously we feel that you see that between people door knocking, all the roofers in the neighborhoods and stuff.
You never trust a door knocking roofer, though. I mean, come on.
I know, and unfortunately, that's one of the beasts in our business that nobody likes, but it will never go away. It does work as much as people hate it.
But a lot
works.
of those guys that are door knocking are literally they're from another state. They're
that
just
is a
here
fact.
because we had like a hailstorm or something, and they're on that get rich
quick. There are
quick.
some scammers. Yeah.
And like what we tell agents, because like I like to bring people in that are starting out in the business and that don't have bad habits, and I like to teach them good habits and how to do things the right way and the professional way that it should be done. And what we tell agents that we're training and stuff is, if you have commission breath, people can smell that a mile away.
100%.
You have to really be doing this for the right reasons or you're not going to stay in. Like if you're just constantly chasing that check, you're never going to get anywhere.
Yeah, if you don't have a passion about what you're doing to actually help people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the car salesman vibe. Like you're gonna the snake oil salesman. You're gonna get that. People are gonna read that right off the rip.
Because I hate when we're called salespeople. Because I do not like. I do not think of what we do as sales. I think of it as education and helping people with the biggest adjustment in their life they're going to make, which is the biggest home purchase, the biggest purchase
Absolutely.
of their life. But educating them to get that done the right way and the best way for them. So that's how we look at it.
Yeah,
So,
no, that's how you should look at it. I mean, it's just about communicating your process too, like, how you can help and just showing that you actually care. So,
But Mike starting things at the off season, it's very similar to things I do. I like to say I do things backwards. So, I get into real estate, then get a degree in real estate, and I got out of real estate to go sell new construction because I thought real estate agents were all jerks. But then I had to make nice with real estate agents, and then I said, screw this, I'm just going to go do it again and be a real estate agent again. So, and then I got my broker's license, and who knows, someday I might go crazy and open my own brokerage. But I'll probably do it when the world is ending, because that would be how I would work.
Well, would you
Doing
be with
things backwards.
like a branch of Howard Hanna or your own?
No, if I ever did it on my, I'm an associate broker here, but I'm not the broker.
Okay.
So if I wanted to do something on my own, I would have to be the broker.
Gotcha.
And my husband wants me to do something called Grimm Real Estate, which I don't think really sounds very good.
We're going to advertise hard for Halloween. We're going to have a Grim Reaper.
Hey.
We
That's
do
your time to
usually have
shine.
a good end of year, but I mean, it just doesn't sound good.
What's your husband do? Is he an agent too?
No.
Is he assistant, like admin assistant type stuff? Or what's he do?
No. He stays at homes and taps on the computer and plays with the dog and stuff.
Okay.
He's an engineer.
Engineer taps on the computer.
Correct.
That's a way to describe it.
She's had some really great things to say about Steve today.
No offense to him, but he keeps threatening. He threatens all the time to get his real estate license. But we have determined that if we retire, the one thing we can do together is we can open up a private investigating service.
There you go.
So
That'd be fun.
we could do that together.
That'd be fun.
But we can't build things together, and we could not do real estate together.
Because you'd fight.
Oh, yeah.
Because
yes,
he's always right, and I'm always right when it comes to work. So if he's going to come into my space and try to always be right, then that's
It's
just
going
not
to be a
gonna work.
problem.
Yeah.
That's
So,
probably a good thing.
yeah.
So I gotta ask. We're
gonna.
gonna circle back to roofs.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
So it's
I
when
haven't had enough caffeine.
we're coming into winter, and I know that this is a huge time that some of this stuff might start rearing its ugly head with roofs. And I know, especially when we get into spring, if we've had heavy snowfall, iced up gutters, things start to thaw, that's when you can start to see leaks or damage or issues with people's roofs.
Absolutely.
So what's the number one thing for people to look for over the next few months to, besides the obvious, there's water coming through? What should they be keeping an eye on to help keep things healthy, or contact you to help out with something?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good. I mean, that's exactly how it goes. It's usually after the heavy rains, even in the spring and summer, we get a lot of calls, or in the winter when, again, like you said, stuff starts to thaw. So the biggest thing I tell everybody, and it seems like nobody does this because there's other things going on. Life happens. People aren't just thinking about their roof all the time. But that's what we try to incorporate in our marketing, is to be proactive, not reactive. And so a lot of times, I actually had a customer this morning just tell me the same thing. I'm pretty much going to wait for my ceiling to collapse before I do this. You know what I mean? So
Because that won't create more problems.
exactly. It's the thing. I'm like, look, then you're risking mold. Then you're paying more money for the interior damage. So the biggest thing is just be proactive, and how you do that is just contact your local roofer. Hopefully Columbus Roofing Company. Get us out there. We do complimentary roof inspections pretty much like every company, but we'll do it better, more thorough. We provide photo reports, very detailed, which I've actually heard that a lot of roofers don't do that. Like a lot of my customers, because it's like, how are you just going to take their word for it? Like I would, if as a homeowner, I would want to see pictures of the wear and tear, or where the problems are, or of the damage. If a roofer got up on there and just came down and said, you got damage.
Okay.
What type? What's that look like? What's that going to, you know what I mean? But people do it, and some people unfortunately get taken advantage of that way. But with us, I mean, everything from start to finish is detailed, it's thorough. But again, going back to your question, to answer it directly, is be proactive. Get your roof inspected at least once or twice a year, especially with all the storms we did have this year. There's a ton of people that missed out on the opportunity to take advantage of the storm restoration process and going through the insurance company, which we deal with them every day. So we're not storm chasers, but when there are storms, you help people with the process.
Right.
So, next year, a lot of people that did have the damage this year that never got it inspected or weren't open to it, they're going to have to wait for the next storm, or unfortunately go out of pocket. So that's how we always start off the inspection process is we're going to go up there. We're going to look at, I mean, we don't do just roofs, by the way. We do siding, gutters, all that stuff.
Oh, cool.
So we're going to take pictures of everything, whether it's wear and tear, stuff that might need replaced, repaired without, insurance, or is looking for storm damage. So that's how you can be proactive is just get the inspection, get the photo report done, understand what the lifeline is looking like off the roof, siding, gutters, and then just let us help. So.
Okay. So if someone is wanting to get a hold of you, then how would they reach out to you?
So if you Google Columbus Roofing Company, you could do that. Go to our website. The phone number is obviously on there. You could reach out to any of our guys from the Columbus Roofing Instagram page or the Facebook. My name is Tyler Cupp. If you want to look at my Instagram, I would be glad to help. So they can call us, DM us, pretty much any way. I mean, we have on our website, there's a website submission form. So you can go on there and plug in kind of what your issue is, and then we'll get a guy out.
Very cool.
Perfect.
So, about how long does it take for you to get a guy out?
We try to go same day.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, because between what we have, about 10 reps now.
Okay,
between the
good.
10 of us, we'll cycle it to someone because that's the biggest thing. Again, going back to the competition, is that
Yep.
when someone submits a website form, if we don't contact them same day, preferably within minutes, they're going to the next, the next company.
Well, we
And
say we get clients because we answer our phone.
that's a fact. You gotta,
because most
that
realtors don't
communication.
answer their phone.
Yeah,
So,
communication's everything.
but good to know though that you go out same day. So
Yeah.
we'll definitely keep that in mind too.
Appreciate you.
But we appreciate you being on and allowing us to be sidetracked. We just kind of like to have fun with
I
it.
like it too.
So we kind of have to have fun with it, or it gets kind of boring.
You have to. I appreciate you guys.
But anyhow,
Thank you.
thanks for coming out, and
Absolutely.
we hope to send lots of people to you guys. So really like what you stand for and what you do, and we appreciate it. So.
Thanks so much.
And
Appreciate you.
as always, thanks for listening or watching or whatever you're doing to our lovely podcast here. And make sure to follow, like, subscribe.
Comment and hit that notification bell at Shannon Grimm Realtor and at 614 Real Estate Nerds.
Thank you.